Hello and welcome to another episode of The Human Layer. My name is Mike Robin. Thank you so much for checking out these videos. I hope they're bringing some value to your life and your work. In these videos, we focus on the human side of work. Another pattern that I see a lot is we wait too long to say something. The moment that something feels off, maybe it's in a conversation with a client or a teammate or a colleague. Maybe it's something doesn't feel right about the work that we're performing. We're uncertain what the process is, what needs to be done, or what's being asked of us. And rather than addressing it in that moment, we let it sit. In the back of our minds, we might say, I'll just come back to that later. Time is money, so we got to just kind of move on. And why we might wait? Well, we don't want to be wrong about something. Perhaps we don't want to escalate something too early. We want to make sure that we're seen as being valuable and that we understand our roles and our jobs and that we're good at what we do. So there's that pride and that ownership around it as well. Maybe we just don't want to create noise. I'm sure we can all think of times in our own personal lives and our work lives as well where we might say, don't worry about it, it's fine. We don't want to create a hassle. So rather than really sort of stop and kick up some dust, we'll deal with it later. Well, what can this kind of activity create? It can create delays in the work. Ultimately, it really can create bigger problems later on down the line, to the point where we'll end up having to be reactive instead of proactive. The piece that we always need to keep in mind is there are clients on the other end. There are humans on the other side of this. Some suggestions I might give: if you're not sure, ask. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. Should I move this up? Should we address this now? Saying something early doesn't create problems. It usually prevents them. Waiting doesn't make it go away. It just makes it harder to deal with later. Again, I'm sure we can all think about instances in our own personal lives and in our work lives where we decided not to say something, or we just kind of pushed something off, or we had a challenging interaction or ticket or task, and we kind of just pushed it off to the back burner. I'll deal with it later. And it came back around to kind of bite us, if you will. And now we're sort of having to defend ourselves and react to that. Most issues don't start big. A lot of small things turn out to become bigger things. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I want to encourage you to ask questions. Waiting too long will not make it go away. It just becomes a bigger thing later. I hope that helps. Thank you again so much for watching. Always like to hear your feedback or some other topics if you have them. Thanks. We'll see you next time on The Human Layer.